I was exploring, she replied, her cheeks flushing as she brushed a strand of hair behind her ear. I've always been fascinated by this place. Fascination can lead to adventure, he said with a grin, revealing a dimple in his right cheek, or to trouble depending on how you look at it. And just like that, an unspoken bond formed. A connection that was both thrilling and terrifying. They began to meet each day, Clara visiting the mill under the guise of curiosity. But in truth, she craved the warmth of his presence. Luca, with his tales of distant lands and dreams of becoming an architect, ignited a flicker of hope within her, a hope that perhaps life could be more than the confines of Willow Grove. As weeks turned into months, their friendship blossomed into something deeper. They shared laughter over simple lunches of bread and cheese, their fingers brushing as they reached for the same morsel. They explored the hidden corners of the town, climbing to the top of the mill to watch sunsets that painted the world in shades of fiery orange and blush. In those moments, Clara felt alive. A feeling she had yearned for but never quite understood until Luca arrived. Yet, life in Willow Grove was not without its shadows. Clara's parents, steeped in tradition and expectation, had envisioned a future for her that included university, a respectable career, and a life free from uncertainty. When they discovered her relationship with Luca, their disapproval was palpable, a storm brewing on the horizon. He's just a laborer, Clara. You have your whole life ahead of you. Don't throw it away for a fleeting romance, her mother implored, concern etched across her face. Clara's heart ached at their words, the pressure to conform weighing heavily on her spirit. But the pull towards Luca was undeniable, a magnetic force that made her question everything she thought she knew about love, about destiny. She found herself standing at a crossroads, torn between the path her parents had laid out for her and the wild, uncharted territory that Luca represented. One fateful evening, as the first stars began to twinkle against the canvas of the night, Clara made her way to the mill. She found Luca sitting on the steps, his head in his hands, the weight of the world evident in the lines of his face. "What's wrong?" she asked, concern flooding her voice. "I received a job offer," he said, lifting his head to meet her gaze, his eyes shimmering with uncertainty. "In the city, it's a chance to start fresh, to build something real." Clara's heart sank. The city was a world away, a place that could steal him from her grasp. "But what about us?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "We can't hold each other back, Clara," he replied, his voice steady but laced with sorrow. "You have your dreams and I have mine. Maybe this is where our paths diverge." Tears streamed down Clara's cheeks, each droplet a testament to the love she felt, and the fear of losing him. "But I don't want to lose you," she confessed, her heart aching with despair. "Then don't," he said softly, pulling her into an embrace. "Let's not say goodbye, but rather, let's say see you later. Follow your heart, Clara. Wherever it leads you, I'll be cheering for you." In that moment, Clara understood that love was not about possession but about freedom, the freedom to chase dreams, to explore the unknown and to embrace the journey ahead. With a heavy heart but a resolute spirit, she promised him she would follow her own path, even if it meant stepping away from the familiar. As the weeks passed, Clara poured her energy into her art, channeling her emotions into vibrant paintings that depicted the landscapes of her soul. She applied to art schools, her heart racing with anticipation and fear. Meanwhile, Luca embarked on his new journey, sending her postcards filled with tales of the city, each word a reminder of their connection. Months later, on a warm spring afternoon, Clara stood at a bustling cafe in the city, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. She had finally been accepted to an art program, and as she celebrated her success, she couldn't shake the feeling of longing for the boy who had changed her life forever. As if summoned by her thoughts, Luca walked through the cafe's door, his familiar smile lighting up the room. "Clara," he breathed, his eyes sparkling with joy. "I knew you'd make it." In that moment, all the distance and uncertainty melted away. Clara rushed to him, enveloping him in a warm embrace, their hearts beating in sync. "I did it, Luca. I followed my dreams," she exclaimed, tears of joy glistening in her eyes. "And I'm proud of you," he replied, his voice a soft murmur against her ear. "But remember, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey we take together." As they stood there, surrounded by the vibrant energy of the city, Clara realized that love, like art, was a canvas, ever-changing, colorful, and filled with possibilities. Together, they would paint their own story, embracing the adventures that lay ahead, hand in hand, heart to heart. And in the whisper of shadows cast by the setting sun, they found the promise of a bright tomorrow.